So we've been rolling this save on now, get towards the end of the season, just so we can see what sort of budgets we've got next year. We're doing okay. I feel like we've steadied the ship very much here at Palace. So we are nearing the end of the season now. There's one game left to play. I've jogged it on a little bit further than what I was going to because it was pretty much a dead rubber. We couldn't really achieve nothing. We couldn't get relegated at the end, so there's not really much point in coming back. But since we took over there against Chelsea, the early starts of December, it's been hit and miss. A couple of wins, a couple of losses, a couple of draws. We did have a decent run in the FA Cup. We beat Swansea in a replay. We then somehow beat Manchester United at Old Trafford thanks to a late goal from Martinez, but also a fantastic performance defensively, especially the goalkeeper doing very well. But then we lost to Liverpool, who we never, ever seem to get a result against. So it's, we say that, we've got a 1-1 draw in the league, but we never seem to be able to win. They're always too good for us. So maybe there might be a time we can beat them and they don't shaft us in more and more cups. But yeah, we've done all right across the course of the season. The board wanted us to avoid a relegation battle. We've done that. We've actually going to finish as low as 10th and as high as 8th. So there's not really much more we can do. We can't qualify for Europe. We're massively away from the relegation zone in the end, which is ideal. The squad in a really, really good place now, considering to what it was when we took over. It's still in a transitional phase. There's a lot of work to do in this squad. But saying that, next year they reckon we may only have 1.38 million to spend, which if that's the case, it's going to be absolutely heartbreaking. Projection, not particularly good. Our overall balance is declining month after month, but we've got a few players that are wanted. Lotka, wanted by Sociedad, is worth 36 to 40 million pounds. I'm willing to listen to offers. Doucouré, he's wanted. He's 32. If we can get 20 odd million pound for him, I will take that. Jack Brown going absolutely nowhere. He is wanted by Barcelona, but to be honest with you, he's probably our best player at the football club. He's into the first team now instead of James Garner playing. But James Garner, we're going to look to sell him at the end of the season. He's wanted. Same goes for, I can't even pronounce his name here. Penetra, Alexander Penetra, 30 years of age, big value, wanted by some decent clubs in there. We're listening to offers. The same goes for Anthony. I can't pronounce half of these names today. Anthony wanted as well. So there's a lot of money potentially we could bring into the football club. So food for thought going forward. But not only that, I want to try and get some of the youngsters into the first team next year. Well, maybe not them because they're crap. But we've got some standout under 18s, especially Liam Cairns coming through, can play in the wing, in the wide areas. But we have already brought one young player through, Josh Clare, coming through. He's got 4.5-star potential ability. He's not amazing at the moment, but I think going forward, you know, defensive midfielder, deep line playmaker, can do a job. He's 16 years of age. He's very much trying to apply his trade at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how Clare gets on. And then we'll see if we can bring up Cairns, maybe Richie Gray. But yeah, like I said, the squad overall done really well. Goals on the team. Jurgelite's done decent since we brought him back into the fold. Nketiah back in the goal for us. Trent Kone Doherty there getting 4. So some of the new lads stepping in, doing a job on the goals. And the same goes for assists as well. You know, Lee Green's got a 7 this year. Garner's chipped in. Jovovic at right back chipping in as well. And he's starting to find a little bit of form. 23 years of age. Is that Serbia? Yeah, Serbia. Can get a little bit better. But he's having a really, really good end to the season for us. So we've got a lot of food for thought. When we get to the end of the season as well, looking at contracts, Omar Allen's going to be leaving. All of our loans are going to be leaving. But other than that, everyone's got a year or more left on the contract. But I am going to try and have a good old clear out come the end of the season. There's definitely a few areas, a lot of the areas of the field we need to address and address sharpest if we are going to improve this football team going forward. But like I said, been an overall decent season in the end. I would like to end on a high by beating Forest. They are in a relegation scrap. If they lose and Southampton can get a win away at Fulham, who are already relegated, we could drop Nottingham Forest absolutely into the Championship, which would be nice. Let's try and do that. So Wing back left, we're going to have to take off Mitchell. Carrying a slight knock. Not really going to change too much on them. Happy with the squad. They're setting up in a 4-3-3. I think we can get the better of these days. It's nice to see now. We've got a few of these lines coming in. They're starting to play better together, which is nice, especially our two centre-halves in Zeze and Asensio. But yeah, let's kick this off now. And let's end the season on hopefully a high. So it is Nottingham Forest getting the game underway today. They're going to want to at least get a point out of this game if they are going to survive. I think they can survive off a point, but I'd like to think the fact that, you know, we can finish on a high, finish strong, and it's only going to bode well for us next season. But I want to heap the shit on these, heap the pressure on them. So, you know, if we can get the 3 points, maybe was it Southampton? I think the other team. Was it Southampton that are fighting for their lives? And it's just wide by Jurgelite. Let's have a look. Who was it now? Southampton. But they're going to have to get to Fulham. But Fulham aren't particularly very good, are they? They're relegated on 30 points. They're already down. So Southampton really may fancy their chances. And if they win, they still need us to do a job here. So let's see what we can do. Nketiah puts one in. Green's in there. Good chance for Green there, the youngster. There's definitely areas on this field we need to try and address next year. We won't more than likely be able to do it in one transfer window. So we're not going to have the money to do that. But if we can try and do it over a couple of transfer windows, get some key positions filled, it may stand us in good stead for the next few seasons. But we'll see. We'll see. Go on. Brown. Doucouré. Doherty's in, and there you go. He's onside. They're looking for a flag. I'm sure he's onside there. And he was onside. Really well taken goal there from Kone Doherty. An inspired loan move for myself, I must say. I would love to bring him back in next season, maybe on another loan spell. We have got an option to buy him, but I just think they want too much money. It's like £25 million. I don't think we can afford that. Well, we say that. If we can shift out a lot of the deadwood, you don't know what we're going to be able to bring in. And Southampton have the lead. Southampton have the lead. We have the lead. Nottingham Forest now in desperate trouble as we approach half time. They're going to look to get themselves back in the game, and Jurgelite giving the ball away. Oh, and it's just wide. Wow. Pressure now. Southampton fans, the players, the board, they're all going to know what's happening so far. I think we're going to take out Asensio. We're going to get on Penetra, but don't trust him there on that bloody... let's swap those over. Who else? Jurgelite's playing crap. We are going to get on Roble down that right-hand side, who tends to be... is it Roble? Rober? Yeah, Roble does tend to cause a fair few problems. So, see what he can do. Stay down the right-hand side. All the way back to Lotka. Lotka to Brown. Brown's a revelation in midfield. Jovovic. Roble's in there. Lee Green, has he timed his run to perfection? Is it 2-0 or is it offside? And the goal's disallowed. That could have been absolute chaos and curtains there for Nottingham Forest. They do consider second goal, especially with the Saints leading. Brown, not having a great game. Can we see a little bit more from you, please? I said we'll get on Garner. And come on, please. I think we're going to get on Garner. Get the experience on there. We know he can do a job. But there's 20 minutes to go. The Saints still leading at Fulham. Nottingham Forest are going to have to start throwing players forward sooner rather than later if they are going to look to survive the dreaded relegation zone. We are going to get on Dan's Green in. Green, once again, wasting his opportunity. God, we need to get some better cam players for sure. Lotka now. Garner into Doherty. Giving the ball away, but win it back through Zeze. Roble. Doucouré, great ball. Roble's in. Doherty's in. Offside again. He's so hard to keep tabs on, though, that Doherty up front. He definitely leads the line very well. Good pace. Love to see it. Roble giving the ball away. Come on. We've got a real chance here to relegate someone. And we're not going to relegate anybody if we keep giving the ball away and relinquishing possession. Doucouré losing the ball again. Such a dodgy game this is so far. Danzy's in. 2-0. There is going to be absolutely no flag on the plates. 2-0. Nottingham Forest now in desperate trouble. They're going to have to hope Fulham can get an equaliser against Southampton. What's the score? It's still 1-0. We're going to go a little bit more direct now. We might be able to catch them between the lines, playing some long balls. Southampton is full time. They have won. The Saints, Nottingham Forest need 2 goals in a matter of seconds. Not going to happen. And I believe Nottingham Forest are now relegated. They offered absolutely nothing in a game that was so important to them. And let's have a look. Yes, 38 games played, 38 games done, completed. We finish in 8th position. What a strong end to the season. If we had one more game, who knows? We may have even got some sort of Conference League football, which would have been crazy after the season we've had. I've just clicked off the wrong thing. But we can confirm Fulham, Brentford, Nottingham Forest all resigned now to Championship football next season. But who's going to... I wonder who's going to come up then next year. Who is it? We've got either Norwich or Birmingham or Hull, but Everton and Leicester bouncing straight back into there. Yeah, really positive season. 25 million has been given to us, which is nice. We really could have done with that, so helps our finances dramatically. Projections though, it just doesn't make for good reading at the moment. But we're not losing that much money, are we? It's expected to go down to 37.62, but I'm going to try and get a few more players off our butts come the end of the season, especially with some of the dead wood that is currently Locker's not dead wood. I think Decure and these lot have pretty much run their race at the football club. So we'll see. There's a lot of work to do in the summer transfer window. Let's just plot it on a few days now, see what budgets we've got to work with, and then we'll do the end of season review. And what we're going to have is another very, very busy summer transfer window potentially. So we've got our end of season review, and the budgets as well have just come in, and I'm going to say I'm very impressed, but we'll have a look at those shortly. So board are happy with Roble. They're not really concerned about him. Pleased with Zeze. Asensio, they classed as star boy, which is what you would have expected. Dan's there pleased. For some reason, not happy with Conor Doherty, even though the goals he scored pretty much saved us from the dreaded drop zone. So I can't really understand that there. But it is what it is, and they were disappointed with Badder as well. But yeah, you can't win them all. Some good transfers. Well, I think they're all good, but apparently the board and the fans don't agree. But I don't care. We've survived. What has been a start to the season which was poor when we wasn't here. We've turned the corner, and we've become an established Premier League team, which is nice. And we've finished off with an A- rating. And the FA Cup, they were pleased, and the Carabao Cup, they didn't really care so much. But yeah, sponsorship is up, broadcast revenue and corporate hospitality down slightly, competition prize money up dramatically, which is nice. Match day commercial and retail slightly down, but we can look to improve them as we improve our antics on the field, which hopefully get more Palace fans down to the ground and keep the revenue ticking in. But fans player of the season, Garner, even though he's probably going to be sold in the summer. Jurgen Light, young player of the season. Sign of the season, Asensio. Some really impressive performances to go a long way there. But like I said, our budgets are in, guys. Our budgets are in, and we're getting a lot more than what we anticipated. £1.6 million in the wages. We've got a transfer budget of £63.3 million to spend, which is nice. And if we can offload some players, we might be able to raise our budget to somewhere over £100 million to spend. But we're going to have this, it sounds like a lot of money. It's not in the grand scheme of things, especially for how much work is needed to be done at this football club. But yeah, overall, I don't think we can moan. I thought we was going to get about 30-40 million. Luckily enough, we've got a lot more than that. So we'll see how it pans out over the off season. See what we can see what kind of magic we can work going forward. The vision and expectations. The board want us to develop players using the youth system. We'll do that if we get some decent players come through. They want us to play high tempo pressing football, which we are going to do using the Gegen press. But overall, happy with the current vision so far. But make no mistake, guys, this upcoming summer transfer window for Palace is very important. We need to get the business right. We need to get the right players in for the right positions, so we're in a strong position next year to maybe even challenge for Europe, maybe even dare to dream of a couple of decent cup runs as well. So yeah, I've got my work cut out. The scouts have got their work cut out, but I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, I'm hopeful it's going to be a very, very good transfer window. As always, before you go, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you on the next episode where we could have a very much new look Eagles team for the season.